All right. We are back with The Real with Rachel D, guys, and that was Lucy Pearl. You. So, guys, I am so pleased to be back. We got one of my favorite commissioners in the house.
Thank you.
Miss Shana Rooks and my homegirl, Miss Rachel D. Girl, what's going on?
Yes. So, Commissioner Shana Rooks, she's current commissioner of District 3, but she is running for the Clayton County Superior Court judge. It's in the runoff.
Yes, ma'am.
So, let's start by telling everybody more about yourself.
Okay. Hi, people. I have the awesome task of being Clayton County Commissioner for District 3. Have been serving in that capacity for the last 3.5 years. But as I tell many people, I'm just like everybody else in the community. I wanted to have a better community, praying about who I could help be commissioner. God said, you go be commissioner. I said, wait a minute, Lord. I've worked on a number of campaigns. I never aspired to be a commissioner. And so I yielded and did that, and I won in 2012. And I feel like I've served wonderfully, and I've been very responsive to my constituents in District 3 and the entire county. So maybe a year or so, 2 years into it, I started getting a number of people, lawyers, judges, people who wanted better judges who say, hey, have you considered running for judge? I said, maybe in a few years, but right now I want to make sure all these other things I have going on in the county are fulfilled. But I would always say I'm going to pray on it. Mm-hmm. And if I can I go into my
sure.
spiel? It's not really a spill, it's my testimony. I had an individual who I touched and agree with about a number of things. And she said, well, have you heard from the Lord? I said, no, I haven't. I was on my way into a very rural county for a hearing. She called me and she asked me. I said, no, but I'll call you back when I get out of court. I was representing a woman from the Dominican Republic. Her name is Myra. I won't tell you her last name. But Myra came to me because members of her church referred her to me, and she happened to be married to a guy who made a lot of money. They had a 6-year-old daughter, and they were fighting for custody. Mm-hmm. But she was brought to this country. She didn't speak English very well. Mm-hmm. She did not have an education in this country. She couldn't even drive. She didn't have a job. Mm-hmm. So immediately it was financial abuse because he bought everything, told her what to use the money for, and she didn't have a lot of resources. And I said, you know what, we'll get into court and get a temporary hearing so you can get the resources that you need. You'll get your temporary attorney's fees, you'll get temporary custody, you'll get temporary child support, and then we can go about it that way. Mm-hmm. Well, lo and behold, we have what's called a status conference or pretrial conference with the judge, and that's generally away from the public. Sometimes it's at the bench, but this particular day was in chambers. Mm-hmm. And so in chambers, we were the petitioner. So I told the court what we expected the evidence will show, and just to see how he would lean on awarding her some attorney's fees, child support, and all of that. Opposing counsel said, no, let's leave it the status quo. I'm thinking, status quo means she gets nothing. She's still in this very oppressed relationship. And the judge said, bailiff, picks up the phone, calls the bailiff. You know that means the police in court, right? Mm-hmm. I have been practicing for nearly 16 years at this point. I have never in my life had that experience. Wow. So as he's turning red-faced at me, and I'm looking, saying, did you call the police on me? I was so stunned and shocked, and I felt like I couldn't be the advocate that she wanted me to be for her. And I literally had to go outside and gain my composure because I was about to cry because that never happens. You can't go off on a judge, right?
Right.
So I sit there, and she knew my spirit. She says, there's something wrong. I said, give me a moment. I'm trying to articulate in my best English for her so she could understand. She said, wait a minute, can I pray with you? She grabbed my hand. I said, sure. It gave me an opportunity to catch my breath. And she said, the Lord said, you run, you be fair. No. I said, what? She said, you be fair, you be judge. Wow. And I almost fell prostrate in the courtroom. And I said, Lord, you didn't almost have to put me in jail for me to get it. I got it. I got it. I'm going to do what you told me to do. So public service is just a faith walk for me. I know what I want from my elected officials. I know what I expect from them, and I just give them the same. I'm from a small town, Dublin, Georgia, And and maybe it's how I grew up. Maybe it's the whole communal aspect of it, or the family aspect of it. But I see everybody as a relative. I see everybody as somebody who needs the same thing I desire from an elected official. So that's how I am led to run for Superior Court judge. I know some people say, "Why so soon? Why are you leaving?" And trust me, I did not move immediately when he told me to move, because I was very concerned about who would be in my seat. And I would always say, who gonna serve my people?
Yes.
And if you're not serving my people like I'm serving my people, I got a problem with you. And so I said, I will be sitting, I sat on the back row because I have my community meetings. I will be sitting, because I expect them to continue to have those.
Yes.
I will be sitting on that back row, waving my little finger like, you better protect my people. Because that is, when I ran, I said, we have a job. I'm asking you to employ me for 4 years. This is my resume. This is who I am. If you like me, hire me. And if I haven't done a good job by you, at the end of my term, fire me. So that's how I became commissioner. That's why I'm led to run for Superior Court judge. And that's why I will be the next Superior Court judge, because God said it.
All right. Well, let me just ask you, for the people who don't know exactly what a Superior Court judge is,
Okay.
what is that?
So you have, most people are familiar with criminal law, the felonies, murders, and things like that. Felonies are heard by Superior Court judges exclusively. Family law matters are heard by Superior Court judges exclusively. Now, civil cases like personal injury and those kinds of cases, they're heard by state court judges and Superior Court judges. Now, every county does not, have a state court judge. It depends on what the size is. Every county constitutionally has a Superior Court, so they may hear everything. But because of our population, we have a Superior Court and a state court. So the Superior Court judges hear felony cases. They hear all family law, domestic related adoptions, custody, divorces, all of that.
Oh, wow.
And we hear appeals from the magistrate court. We hear appeals from the probate court. We also hear tax appeals. If you're not happy with what the tax assessor is doing, you appeal it to the Superior Court. We hear zoning matters, eminent domain, county-related issues for which I'm intimately aware of.
Yes.
Those are handled by the Superior Court judges.
Okay. Good, nice educational.
Yes, and just, I'm just putting that out there. Since she has been a commissioner, that's so much experience that she will be bringing
I love it.
to her position as Superior Court judge. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm just saying.
Well, BJ, you can speak from firsthand experience, being that you do live in her district.
Let me tell you something. I'm trying to keep it together now. This is my shero over here.
I love it.
But District 3 is my home, and I've been extremely, extremely excited to have Shana as our commissioner.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But the thing is, the only place I would like to see her go is to that position.
Thank you.
Because she would still be there representing us. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So let's ask, something hit the AJC recently regarding Clayton County. Clayton County.
What was it, honey?
Y'all always in the news for some reason.
What was it?
But it was basically, it's being investigated for possible election fraud.
I heard
Yes.
that. I don't know who brought the allegation. I don't know what it pertains to, but I'm secure.
They said it was more the SD cards that
The
were
memory
inserted,
cards.
Okay.
in the election booths. A few of them were not properly handled.
So
Okay.
I'm thinking like a technical issue.
Yeah.
Not against any one person, but
I
definitely
see.
the handling of the equipment.
Okay. Well, I hope the state of Georgia properly investigates it.
I think part of it makes a little sense because one thing that BJ and I, we were texting each other as the results were coming up. It was just astounding, the low number of voters.
Well, I have hired my fair share of consultants, and the low number, while it is unfortunate, it is what we expected.
Wow.
Because people are apathetic, and people still today feel like my vote doesn't count.
They do. Yeah. They really do.
And if you look back at when President Barack Obama was running, we had the highest turnout of any time anybody ran for would go vote for an elected official. We just didn't have that celebrity on the ballot.
Yeah.
Not the chairman, not the sheriff, not any other position. So that's where we are. We have to be concerned, people.
Yes, get out and vote.
Well, can you tell everybody where they can find out more information about it?
You know what? This is going to be really funny. Normally at this point, I would tell you to go to my website. But as of Friday, it was hacked.
No.
Yes, honey. If you go to www.electshana.com, you will see that I no longer have a website.
No.
I've had the same website since 2011 when I ran for commissioner. It has been up until March when we qualified, and we just started having some little issues. And now it says my website is blacklisted. So I can't even take it to another hosting company. I've got to pay a large amount of money to get it repaired, to get it back up. So, but you know, nothing can derail God's plan for your life, honey. So, y'all can reach me at 770-473-1989. That is my law firm phone number, and you'll get me. And if I'm not there, I'll return your call.
Yay.
But I have a law firm website as well. It's ShanaRooksLaw.com, and just see all the great work that I do. And I am so thrilled for this opportunity. But yeah,
absolutely. And you're still on social media, right?
Yeah, Facebook. Thank you. Facebook, Twitter. We send everything out, even from our commission office. I want people to not have to reinvent the wheel. Don't have to look very far to get information from us. So yeah, we are on social media.
All right. That's Shana Rooks.
Yay!
She's running for Clayton County
Thank you.
Superior Court Judge.
That's right.
Miss BJ Shiro.
Yes.
So, guys, make sure you keep it here to The Brew with Rachel D. We have more show coming up, but up next is Little Kim, The Jump Off.